Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025, and it is a new morning every morning. I'm glad to have you along, um, getting stuff set up. It's kind of interesting doing all this on my own, but it is a beautiful morning. It's a cold morning here in central West Virginia. Don't know what it's like where you are. I'm adjusting and adapting. Um, Good morning. Good morning, Sue. Nice to have you along. I'm. I asked a question in the chat today. Um, People are having a lot of trouble with YouTube so far, for whatever reason, for multiple reasons. Some people are having trouble with the chat. I can see that Sue is not. Um, some people are having trouble finding it on YouTube, for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of lives on YouTube, so I probably need to experiment with that, see if I can come up with some solutions. But the question I ask is, do I just need to move back to Facebook Live? Um, it seemed to me that more people were engaged there, more comments, more people viewing it on Facebook, and so the question of today is, do I need to just move back to Facebook Live next week? So that's the question of the day. I hope everybody's doing good. It's pretty cold here in Central West Virginia, for wherever you're at. Um, we we know it's going to get cold. I mean, this is December after all, and we're counting down to Christmas, and it gets cold. We're not getting snow, but it is cold. It is cloudy and overcast. So we'll see how all that works out. Um, I have some interesting stories today, but the main question of the day is, should I move back to Facebook Live? Now, if you want to comment on Facebook about that to my Facebook page, that's fine too. Or even send me a message in Messenger, to see what you think. Sue, since you're on there, you can give your opinion if you have one. You may not carry the way. If I do go back to Facebook, I will take my new camera with me. So it would be not back to my original one. Um, well, I could do both. It would be tough to do both live. What I've been doing is I was doing Facebook Live and then putting it on YouTube so people could watch it later in the day. I'm trying to do it the other way around, although I'm not sure I posted yesterday on Facebook. So anyway, I would rather do one of them live and then post it later, I think, on the other one. I don't even know if I have the technology presence to do both of them live at the same time. I don't know. That's something I'll have to research a little bit. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good morning if you're watching this with me. If you are a morning warrior like Sue is, um, it is a crisp morning, like I said. But I'm excited about the day. I'm going to be a busy day. I'm going to be traveling, as I am a lot of days, and seeing some interesting areas of West Virginia. Anyway, but let's get started. Um, I I don't have a lot of stories today, but I do have some kind of interesting ones, I think, and things that I hope that you are interested in and that you didn't hear anywhere else. That's what my goal is to come up with stuff like, wow, didn't know that. Now, some of these you might, some of you haven't. But anyway, the first one is, should you ask your guests at your home to remove their shoes? Now, I'm sure there's multiple thoughts on that out there in the real world. Some people say absolutely. Some people say absolutely not. Some people are in the middle somewhere. What do the experts say? So let's dig into the science, okay? Let me walk you through the answers, in my opinion. What's on our shoes? Well, I mean, if we're going to walk in and say, what's it? Well, it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. It depends on, of course, it depends on what you've stepped on, right? But shoes do carry bacteria by the millions. Okay. And this stuff can travel and linger, but it doesn't mean that it can get inside our bodies, right? Just because it's on our shoes doesn't mean it's going to get inside our bodies. Well, partly right. It could get inside our bodies. So let's look at some expert. Uh, now, there is some good news. Jack Gilbert, director of University of California's Microbiome Center. I mean, this is where they study this kind of stuff. I'm going to quote Jack here, okay? There is absolutely no evidence that links wearing shoes indoors to worse health outcomes in the occupant population. There you go. After studying it, the experts say there really is no evidence on whether you wear shoes indoor or outdoor for health purposes. That's what I get out of that. But that's not, is that the real issue? I mean, do you have people not wear their shoes in your house because of bacteria, because you think you're going to get sick from their shoes? Is that the reason? I'm guessing it's not the reason. The real issue is how often you like cleaning your house and how high is your yuck meter go? Okay, because really when you get right down to it, most people, if they don't want shoes in their houses because they don't want to clean their house as much as they would have to if people wear shoes in it. And I understand that. I'm not taking sides here. Okay, I'm not taking sides, but some people just don't like the mess and don't like the thing. So anyway, whichever side you're on, uh, please don't use the excuse that it's going to make you sick. Okay. Now, there's a chance it could. Okay. But overall, the experts say probably not because people wearing shoes everywhere and people carrying bacteria everywhere, not just on their shoes. All right. So, next story. Taylor Swift's 2-year reign on Spotify as the platform's most streamed global audience is over. 2-year reign, last 2 years. So who is the great new artist that replaced Taylor Swift? Can you guess? Can you guess? It's Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny has replaced Taylor Swift as the most streamed global artist. I don't know why I find that funny. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. I don't know. I don't know anything about Bad Bunny. I've heard the name. I've seen Bad Bunny in a picture. I've never watched anything of Bad Bunny. I don't have any idea what Bad Bunny is because the bunny's bad. Shouldn't watch it. Bunny's bad. At least that's my perspective. Now, Joe Rogan's Experience, the show Joe Rogan Experience, is still the most listened to podcast for the 5th straight year. And I was reading a story about Joe Rogan recently, and I probably should put it on here. I didn't, but I will. I will give you a little bit. He's starting to come around to the Jesus thought. He used to, I think, kind of make fun of it, but he's like, he's been studying the Bible some and reading the Bible and reading some different things, and he's now, I wouldn't call him a follower or believe, but I think he's starting to understand that the Jesus story is actually real. It's not a fairy tale. And he has some comments on that if you want to go look for Joe Rogan's. And I may put some of that stuff on tomorrow about what he's been saying. So it's pretty good information. So, boy, this next story. It's coming to the city close to you very soon. Waymo. I did a story on Waymo, I don't know, last week sometime. But Waymo is a company that has robo taxis. Yeah, taxis that have no people driving them. Yeah, those kind. Well, they are adding 4 new cities to their growing list of rollouts. No people. So yesterday they began to do testing with a safety monitor. So, it's being monitored in Philadelphia. So Philadelphia is the newest place. Listen to the next 3 that are coming. Baltimore, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is getting closer and closer to my home. So they're right behind. They're coming. And of course, they bring them in, they test them, they have people monitoring it, the processes. Now Waymo is already running, the roads and freeways of LA and Phoenix and San Francisco Bay Area, not just San Francisco, but the whole Bay Area. So they're already out there. They're already out on the West Coast, but they're coming to the East Coast. Get ready. I mean, their goal is to have 1 million rides per week by the end of next year, 2026. 1 million riders a week. And my question to you is, are you excited about getting in a taxi where there's no one in there? Well, you don't have to worry about them hearing the gossipy talk if there's two of you in there. I mean, that's a good thing, I guess. You don't have to worry about them, you know, mugging you or doing something bad to you. But there's no one driving the taxi. I don't know. Call me old school, but that just kind of feels strange to me. So, you all see what you think about that. But it's on its way. They're not going to force you to get on a taxi like that, but you know, get ready. It's coming. It's coming. I'm with you. I'm with you, Sue. No. So, next query. Why do birds' feet not get frozen? Anybody have an idea? Take a little drink of my used to be hot tea that's now lukewarm. Why do they not get frozen? I mean, you see birds all the time in the wintertime, and they actually like the winter. Not all birds. We're not talking about all birds, but some birds. Waterfowl in particular. Um, why do they not get frozen? I mean, they stand around in cold water. They stand on ice. No frostbite, no nothing. Well, let me try to explain. I'm learning a lot of the things I talk about here are things that are brand new to me. So they may or may not be brand new to you. But water birds have a countercurrent heat exchange system in their feet. The warm blood and the cold blood cross really close together. That reduces the temperature of their feet way down. So birds' feet and the ice or the cold water are a lot closer in temperature. Now, why does that matter? Well, the greater the temperature difference between two surfaces touching, the more heat is lost, increasing the risk of frostbite. So if you have a surface on your body that's really cold, that you touch on ice, there's a less chance of getting frostbite than if you touch it with a real warm item. Does that make sense? Well, that's the reason. Their feet are cold, so when they touch ice and cold water, because it's so close to it, they don't get frostbite or don't get it as bad or safe to it. So anyway, that's the understanding I have. So I hope you've enjoyed these stories. I don't have much more, but I do have a comment. I like to end each segment with a comment, and as I was reading through some stuff, I just had a couple thoughts actually. And I'm going to read these to you. I could tell them to you, but I'm going to read them to you because I wrote them down. Every day, we may not get a chance to change the world. In fact, most days we don't get a chance to change the world. But we do get a chance to change somebody's world. I mean, most of us will never have a chance to change the world, the whole world. But you can change somebody's world every day. Just think about that for a minute. Because there's a lot of people out there that need their world changed some. And you can do that. And the other statement I wrote down was, the best way to get a blessing is to be a blessing. I found that to be true throughout my life. I get blessed by blessing someone, or blessing is, it turns me on when I'm able to help someone. I like it. It blesses my heart when I am able to help someone that needs help. And I'm sure it does you too. So let's go out there and be a blessing today. Um, we can change somebody's world, and you may not even know you changed their world. But if you're going out throwing blessings around toward people, you're going to change some worlds. You're going to change some people's world anyway. So anyway, with that, have a great day. Be blessed. Looking at changing back to Facebook Live, if that's going to work for more people. I'm still open to those thoughts. You can give them to me all day long as you watch this or whenever, and send them to me and however you want to through Facebook or or however. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. right here, right now. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.